Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Go ahead. Take a peek. It's not too scary. You can handle it. We lied. Anime 97 begins Monday at 9 p.m. 6 Pacific.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are and whatever time it may be. Welcome to a special weekday live event. I am the Anime Guy, and today we are going to talk about the Sci-Fi Channel and what they used to do. That's right, the Festival of Animation and Saturday morning anime. Oh, this brings back so many memories to me. My first real stint with anime, as far as recording it and owning it and having it, is from the Sci-Fi Channel. The weeks that they would do the Festival of Animation, my videotapes got full, and several of my favorite shows from the '90s actually came from this. This is how I first watched them, and as you saw in the little picture that I made for this, they showed quite a few different shows from the '90s. Plus, they also had quite a few great shows that made their American broadcast debut from the '80s also. But before we dive too far into this, I want to say hello to the chat, and I want to say hello to D Bud Martin. Thank you for being here today. Pacific 414, I know that you couldn't stay, but thank you for dropping around, clicking the like, and watching this later. Hello to Whitechapel. Thank you very much for being here today. And Six, how are you doing this morning? Thank you for being here today. The Comic Relief Crusader, hail to you. And I absolutely love the smiling Optimus Prime. It just looks it looks really good. I like that. And of course, brightest day, hail to you, good sir. And yes, what memories is right. Keely Chow, good to have you here today. And let's see. Pat S, thank you for being here today also. And the lovely Sherry, the mistress of memes, is here. Good to have you here today. And yeah, let's get started. This is going to be a bit member berry heavy and a few clip heavy for the promos that they used to run on this. Now, just as a starting point here, why don't I bring up the screen that I found for on the Sci-Fi Channel from the Anime News Network, and that'll explain a few things here. Get my screen shared if this stupid thing will cooperate with me here. There we go. And oh, come on. There we go. No, don't want it that way. There we go. Make it even bigger. All right. So, according to the Anime News Network, this is what they have about the Sci-Fi Channel. It was originally a sister channel of the USA Network. The Sci-Fi Channel launched as a joint venture between then partners Paramount Pictures and MCA, aimed toward fans of both the science fiction and horror fantasy genres. Key advisors for the channel before and during its launch included Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry and acclaimed sci-fi author Isaac Asimov. Today, after years of different ownerships by Seagram and Vivendi, the Sci-Fi Channel is currently a subsidiary of NBC Universal, and we know how much it's turned to shit since then. Aside from the classic sci-fi and horror movies, as well as return of sci-fi shows, the network airs original programs, and they've created Battlestar Galactica, Stargate Atlantis. As of '06, Sci-Fi has also opened its time slots to programming not related to the genre, which is why it's turned to shit. Anime found its place on the Sci-Fi Channel in the '90s through the Saturday morning block called Saturday Morning Anime, which aired edited English dubs of shows like Akira, Project A-ko, Dominion Tank Police, and Records of Lotus War. And those are just a few of them. But down here, they have a whole listing of all the other shows that they did. And from the '90s, the shows that were created in the '90s, the ones that stick out to me was Eight Man After. Let's see here. Armitage 3, Polymatrix, Blackjack. Let's see here. Well, there's a few others on. There's a lot of them on here that they showed, and then there's a lot of them that, as I said, they showed that were not from the '90s, but were from the '80s. And I'm going to show off a few of the clips here in just a second. But before I do that, I want to bring up a few things here. Yeah, the Sci-Fi Channel's Facebook page. Yeah, that does not surprise me, and it wouldn't. Yeah, current Sci-Fi Channel is complete and utter rubbish in comparison. And hello to Dalek451. Good to have you here today. And hello, Purple Valkyrie. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. And yes, the Sci-Fi Channel showed whatever they could get their hands on. And if you remember, during the late '90s, they started to create a whole slew of original science fiction content, and some of it may be cheesy by today's standards, but they did it. They were all in on it, and that's what made the channel great. So let me bring up a clip here that we'll play. As I said, the one that I played right after the opener, they called "We Lied." The whole thing with animation. Is this Fantasia? No, this is not Fantasia, kid. So let's do this. This is a snippet of what they played at the premiere of each of their shows.
This film includes some violent content. Parental discretion is advised.
Oh yes, for most of the stuff they showed, parental discretion was most definitely advised. And if you would like to join me today to talk about any of these shows, I have put the link in the chat there. More than happy and more than welcome to have anybody on here to discuss this with me. Now, the shows that I liked the best from this was one that we talked about Saturday with Purple Valkyrie. That was Iria Zerum the animation. I watched the crap out of that one. But one of the other ones that they aired that I also recorded and was very fond of is Armitage 3, and specifically the Polymatrix version of it. It was a condensing of the 4 original OVAs into basically one movie, and it had the voice actors of Kiefer Sutherland and Elizabeth Berkley playing the 2 main characters. So that one was really good. It's another one of those shows that it had the OVA. It didn't have any manga to start with. It doesn't have anything else that goes with it. It stands on its own. And speaking of that, I think it's time to show off the clip that they showed as the preview for it.
Next.
This is the Martian Police Department, Detective Syllabus. Did you have a nice trip?
Ross Syllabus is a cop from Chicago on a new assignment.
Tell me, is that crazy getup you're wearing a standard issue Martian police uniform?
Just learn to live with it.
Life on Mars can get complicated.
Robots are disguising themselves as humans. It's my duty to do something about this.
The battle between man and computer is coming to a terrifying conclusion.
If humans don't want me, then why did they recreate me.
Featuring the voices of Elizabeth Berkley and Kiefer Sutherland.
Don't do it!
Armitage 3, next on the Sci-Fi Channel.
It makes me glad that people saved their recordings and transcoded them onto the computer and uploaded them. Although I wish that the quality would have been a little better, but we take what we can get. And hello to the Nerdporeal Lifeform. Good to have you here. And yes, Kiefer Sutherland. And hello, Stephen Otten, Deleted Scenes. Good to have you here today too. What you what? Oh, come on. Okay, you got to see it. You got to see it. It's definitely very 90s, and it's a it's not entirely a one-off. They did do a sequel to it, if I remember correctly, either very late 90s or early 2000s. And I really like it. And yes, when you hear her voice, that's what I think of now too. But this is right at the same time, I think right before she did that. So still had somewhat of the wholesome nature to her. Not really much of a wholesome nature to her anymore. Excuse me. But other shows that they showed on here, they had quite a few, and they were some of them were pretty varied. But the most of the clips and most of the recordings that survived are typically of your standard fare, the more horror and sci-fi genre based. But every once in a while, they did show clips, or they did have movies that were not necessarily fully tied into the your standard science fiction fare. One of them was a show called Rouge and Z. Let me see if I can find a clip of it. I wasn't successful earlier, but give me just a second here. Rouge and Z. Oh, let's see. There. Nope. Is that it? No, that's not it. Okay. Anyways, Rouge and Z is a very different type of tale. If you know anything about the Japanese culture and what they're currently going through, they have way more old people than they do young people. So even back in the 90s, this was starting to become a problem. Is what do you do? How do you help take care of the older people? Well, in this particular movie, they come up with a way to help a specific patient. This specific patient lost his wife a few years prior. He's, more or less bedridden, can't do a whole ton of things for himself. So they decide to test out an experimental artificial intelligence that they plug into his bed, basically a smart bed. And the bed is supposed to help him out. And in this case, the AI figures out to help him that it mimics his dead wife. And in turn, that bed eventually goes around, gathers components, and becomes a big gigantic mecha machine. So even with trying to deal and take care of the old people, it all eventually comes back around to mechs. It's a pretty funny show. It's an interesting look at their culture and how they are, and how they take care of their older people. It's a very funny show, and it's a fun one to watch. And yes, Rouge and Z was it's just so different to anything else that they showed on there. Like if you look at the picture that I have here, which I'll pull back up here in just a second, all of these are the ones that I could find that, according to my research, they showed at one point or another. So here we go. 1 second here. So yeah, as you can see, Rouge and Z is the one with the dude in the chair there, and then the most legendary line from the show is "We're going to the beach," and of course there are other shows that they premiered, like Street Fighter 2, the anime series, or not the series. Yeah, no, USA had the series. They had the OVA movie. They also showed Fatal Fury, Green Legend Ron, Macros Plus. They premiered Blackjack, the Eight Man After OVA. That one's an Eight Man After is an interesting one. Eight Man was originally a TV series done in 1965. It's about a private detective, while doing his work, gets shot, mortally wounded, but then is transformed into the 8-man cyborg. And 8-man after deals with what happens when that robot disappears after some time and eventually comes back. That was another one that they premiered alongside. In fact, let me find another clip here. Here is the 8-man after promo clip.
Next,
Everywhere you look in town, there's another cyborg.
when a crime wave paralyzes a city,
The result is the mad dog killer who thinks he's God.
Now this city's all mine.
a cyborg superhero makes a comeback.
8-man's back.
It's not like he's real hard to recognize. He's got that weird outfit with a giant 8 on his chest.
A one-man crime-fighting machine, batteries not included.
But sometimes vengeance overtakes technology.
Look what you've done, you monster! Whose side are you on?
I think I may be losing control.
Glitch in the system. Glitch in the system.
So much for the perfect cyborg. 8-Man After. Next on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's it's been a while since I've seen that one, but I do remember that a bit. And yes, 8-man was a kind of RoboCop and well before RoboCop, yeah. And I think before we do any other clips or before I bring on a friend of mine who decided to join today, I'm going to do a quick palate cleanser and have some laughs. And this one, oh, let's see here. This one is what I call Aussie looking.
Until then, you'll spare blood.
Jeez, fun.
Also, tell that guy to stop spying on me. It's creepy. Shit. Now that I'm all by myself, I can just kick back and
Shots fired from the penthouse suite on the top floor. The initial
What?
SWAT team has not reported back, leading officials to fear what's worse. The terrorist duo inside is comprised of a young British woman and some Ozzy Osbourne-looking motherfucker.
On the phone. Get him on the phone. I want him on the phone right now!
Hold on a minute. I gotta take this. Hello?
Hello to the Admiral. Nerdtorial Lifetime. How are you doing today?
Oh, good morning. How are you? I'm doing pretty good so far.
I'm-
I didn't get any notification until I saw it. My phone notified me that you were doing a stream, but my when I went on my YouTube channel, I looked at all my subs and stuff. It didn't say you were live, so it's weird.
Oh, YouTube, how I loathe thee at times and some of the stupid things you do. I apologize about that, but I'm glad you're here now. And let me ask you: do you remember when the Sci-Fi Channel used to show anime on there?
I actually don't. I only channel I know about anime is Toonami, with Cartoon Network.
Sacrilege. No, that's okay. It's an age difference thing partially there, but yeah, Sci-Fi Channel. That when they first started, this is one thing that they got into, and it's I'm glad they did because this is how I got into one of the ways I got into anime, and it was a lot of fun, and they didn't overdo it. They were fairly picky and choosy about what they showed. They typically would show either the OVA and either break them up into two parts, like with 8-Man After, they showed the first two as one, and the second two as one, or they would do movies. That was the primary thing that they used to do. But out of the shows that I've talked about so far, how many of them have you seen?
I'm trying to see which ones. So I have not seen 8-Man. I've seen it online. I wasn't sure how good that one is. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I only just popped on. So what else did you talk about?
Well, let's see. Talked about Iria, Zerum the Animation, Armitage 3, Rouge Z, 8-Man.
Okay, I saw Rouge Z. I saw it like maybe 6 years ago. I downloaded it from from a source and stuff, and that's how I saw it. I saw it subbed, obviously. So, that's a great one. It's a great one.
It is a great one. It's an interesting take on two facets of their lives that they have to deal with. The first facet is how to care for the old, which they have way more of than young people. But then, how do you incorporate mechs into it?
Exactly. I used to work when I was 16. I used to work at a nursing home in the food department. So I used to see patients being taken care of all the time. So I thought the movie was pretty accurate and pretty hilarious at the same time. And plus, me being into Gundam and stuff, made it even better. Like into mech stuff in general, made it even funnier. So,
yes, it does. And if for all of you out there, if you haven't seen it, it is freely available on YouTube. You can see it. If I remember correctly, the subtitled one is there, but the standard, the dubbed one that they have, it has your usual, mid '80s, late '80s, early '90s voice acting cast, and there's one voice there that you hear everywhere else. But either way, it is a classic. It's funny. It hits all the right notes.
I totally agree, and it's also written by Katsuhiro Otomo of Akira. So
there you go.
If you're gonna get something, you're gonna get some quality. You're gonna get something quality out of Rojin Zay. So
yes, absolutely. And speaking of which, I actually do have the clip from the Akira premiere on Sci-Fi Channel. Check this out.
A city on the edge of insanity. A biker gang out for blood. A punk kid with a chip on his shoulder. Scientists, soldiers, and politicians fighting for control of a force beyond human comprehension, known only as Akira. Everyone ready? The apocalypse is about to begin. Our Sci-Fi Channel premiere feature, Akira.
Yeah, they were able to pull that off.
Wow. Yeah, I first saw Akira on DVD, and I had to watch it a second. Same with Ghost in the Shell. I got those on DVD when I was in college, mid 2000s, and I had to watch those over again because I had no idea what was going on. And this was a younger me and stuff, and I was not used to the type of content that anime at that point, or at least the anime that I've seen so far had. I liked especially the complexity and the high concepts behind what went into them and stuff. So especially
Absolutely.
Ghost in the Shell, I had to watch it like 5 times to get what was going on.
Yeah, they're definitely deep movies and a lot to it. But considering how R-rated that movie is, from what I remember about the presentation they did, it was very close. I think they only had to do just a little tiny bit here and there, but that was the beauty of the Sci-Fi Channel. They were willing to take the risk and do these, and in my opinion, for all of us, it paid off. And I do want to say hello to War Monkey, good to have you here, and Jedi Bill, good to have you here today also. And of course, the Cotton Connection is representing with Snow Dub. Hey there, buddy.
What's up? How you guys doing?
Here. And of course, I think I said it, but if I didn't, I'll say it again. Hello, Max. Good to have you here today also. Now, let me think here for just a second. There we go. There are, when they started doing the festival and they started doing the Saturday morning anime, they did, of course, bring over a lot of stuff that was just a year or two old at that point, like 8 Men After, Armitage, and Iria. But they also they would also bring some stuff back that had been done a long time ago, like Akira. But there's one other that they did that I'm kind of surprised because it's very much like Aliens, and that was Lily Cat. Now,
yep, I saw Lily Cat. Yep.
Next. We're interplanetary taxi drivers. Everybody else is just along for the ride. Interstellar transport is not all it's cracked up to be.
It appears that you have 2 people aboard who are not who they claim to be.
Time jumpers, we're dealing with a couple of criminals.
The first thing we have to do is to find who those 2 people are.
In fact, these folks were better off asleep.
Something was brought into this ship, and some kind of deadly bacteria were brought in with it.
In space.
What in blazes is happening?
No one.
I never thought it would end like this.
Should have to put up with.
Lily Cat?
Lily Cat. Next on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, I like how they said in space, no one, and then and then pause, and then you have to deal with the Lily Cat and stuff. Instead of hear you scream.
Yes, very true. They did have to change that a bit. Although,
I think I know what the problem was. I think based on that little glob that you see floating around, I think the problem was they didn't check They did all their problems started because they didn't check what was in the fridge for 6 months. if you get what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yep, just remember, people,
one of the best
check your fridge.
Yeah, one of the best Cowboy Bebop episodes out there.
Yes, it is. And Alien before Alien, well, at least in that realm it was, and the character design are brilliant, and the Thing meets Alien. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much is.
So I don't even, I've seen it once, a few years ago, so I forget. The cat basically turns into the creature, kind of like the way the dog and the Thing turns into a creature.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but that sticks out in my mind as what it is, yeah. And let's see here. Oh, let's see, yeah. Be careful with your leftovers. Yeah, Bebop, most definitely.
Yeah.
I wish I could have grabbed more clips, but some of the stuff, trying to find stuff from this era is not easy because the quote-unquote sci-fi channel, they don't put any of this out there. This is everything that I have found, and everything that was provided to me is from other people that have preserved these and uploaded them onto YouTube. And speaking of preservation, this is kind of later in there in the storied history, but they did move Saturday Morning Anime to Animondays, and here's the promo clip that they had for it.
Animonday, animation with balls. So crazy, it has to be drawn. A steaming pile of awesome. Animonday, every Monday starting at 11, premiering June 11th on Sci-Fi. Just effing watch.
Oh my gosh,
yeah, you
I'm
couldn't
triggered
pull that
now.
off anymore.
Oh no. The millennial me is triggered now. So that was also Sci-Fi Channel, or
that was Sci-Fi Channel. Oh, I want to say back in the 2000s when they moved it. So, you could still do stuff like that, but yeah, definitely not a clip that you could really do in this day and age and get away with without people going all the way home.
Yeah, and it just makes me long for those. It makes me long for those days. When people then take themselves too seriously and stuff, and everybody was having a good time. Well, most people were.
Yeah, and Brightest Day says apparently they did another late night anime run from 2019 to 2021. Unfortunately, I wouldn't know because I haven't had traditional pay TV services in a very long time, and since the Sci-Fi Channel turned into whatever the abomination it is now, I don't know with. And Snowdub, you're stuck at work, and Happy Taco Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday to you, Taco.
That's right.
Yes. And the Comic Relief Crusader says, "What could the F possibly mean? I wonder." Oh yeah. There is a ton of great shows from this era, and I said there's so many more that they showed that I didn't get clips for. That they also had Project A-ko, the movie, Union or Uncivil Wars. They did show Tenchi Muyo, the movie. That one I do remember. According to this one list that I showed originally, they also showed Star Blazers.
The original from
the original.
Okay, Space Battleship Yamato.
Yeah, and also Violence Jack. I know that they had Vampire Hunter D, and Psychic Wars, Perfect Blue. Let's see, Ninja Scroll. According to this, they also showed Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Did they show any Gundam? Did they ever show Gundam? Because that's the pinnacle sci-fi franchise in Japan.
Here. I thought they did. I thought I saw a list here. Let's see. Yes.
Like Gundam Wing or something?
According to this, on Animonday, they did show Mobile Suit Gundam 00 and the second season. So they did have it.
Okay.
But I think it's time for another Alucard break, and let's see. Which one shall I do this time? We'll save that one for later. I like this one. This one I affectionately call a 70-inch plasma TV.
that was a 70-inch plasma screen TV. So, how can I help you?
Some people say watching TV makes you violent. I say not having my TV makes me pretty violent.
It rots your brain, kid. Oh wait, that's video games.
Yes. Well, they say it, but I don't believe that to be true. Unless you try to, do a 24-hour in a row stint and then try to extend it by another day, then that just makes you an idiot.
You want to hear? You want to hear a really good sci-fi anime that's really funny, but has a lot in common. Well, in my opinion, has a lot in common with Star Trek in some ways. But imagine if Star Trek was, funny and not like cringe. Well, it might be cringe to someone. You ever hear of a series from the '90s called Irresponsible Captain Tyler?
No, I have not.
It's basically
Irresponsible Captain Tyler. Huh?
It's basically, instead of having Captain Kirk or someone competent, you have someone who is completely incompetent, but like Inspector Clouseau, too incompetent to fail. It's that type of story, and like the first officer gets pissed off at him all the time, kind of like your typical like Ota from Pat Labor, that type of dynamic and stuff. And you have aliens and yeah.
The guy that takes things overly serious to the point of comedic relief. I get it.
The only thing is they made an OVA, a 10-episode OVA that takes place after the series, and the problem is the story did not finish, so they just kind of stopped making OVAs, like when they were beginning a new arc, or a final arc, so to speak, where they were about to introduce a new villain, or a new threat. So that's the only drawback. But the 10-episode OVA is very character-driven. It's not as comedic as the TV series is, but it's very character-driven. It's some of the best-looking 90s animation I've ever seen stuff. So
I'll have to check that out. And speaking of one of the shows from the 90s that I do remember seeing advertisements for this outside of the Sci-Fi Channel, the old minute and a half, call 1-800 something to order this. This one I remember seeing, and it's called Record of Lodos War.
Oh, next. People have come to call this new continent Lodos, the accursed island.
There is a battle for the heart and soul of an ancient nation.
I know now that some evil presence is trying to block us.
Now the good people of Lodos are going to need a miracle.
All Lodos will resound with my power.
If we don't run away now, we're probably dead.
The hero's journey has only just begun, and before them lies an unimaginable destiny.
Record of Lodos War. Next on the Sci-Fi Channel.
The time has come.
This is awesome. I love that. I love Record of Lodos War.
I hate to say it, but I have not watched it all the way through, and I need to. Specifically for this month, I'm definitely gonna power through it and watch it and definitely enjoy it. But go ahead.
There's the OVA, the 13-episode OVA, and then they made a TV series which basically adapts part of what the OVA covers, and then kind of there's a time skip and stuff, and they cover other characters and stuff. And it looks very different. It's hard for me to get into the TV series because it looks just like your typical 90s TV anime, wacky, more wacky. It doesn't have that awesome, look of the OVA and stuff. So
yeah.
So it's kind of like it's kind of like going from the original trilogy to watching the sequel trilogy. And if you like sequel trilogy, I apologize.
Let's see here. Tank Police. Yes, they also premiered the Dominion Tank Police on there, but since the original Tank Police is from the 80s, I don't have much of a clip for it. But actually, I do have... Oh, where is it? I think this one... Is it this one? No, wait, hold on. Let's play this one.
You've never seen anything like it. The energy. The imagination. The beauty. Those who know call it anime. You'll call it amazing. The Sci-Fi Channel Global Showcase presents the American television premieres of Robot Carnival, Lensman, and Vampire Hunter D.
I apologize. That one's from the 80s, but you can just from watching the 90s clips versus the 80s clips, you can tell a difference in the animation and the style that they're going for and all that. But it's hard to think that all of those got their premiere in this country on television from Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, I agree.
But that was the beauty of it, and it's because of that we all got exposed to some of the more awesome ones that were out at the time, and of course it later went on to other things. And let's see, Project A-ko is still amusing in its randomness. Yes, it is. And Lensman, yep, got to have some Lensman. And
I got the first book. I got the first book, Interplanetary, first Lensman book. Yeah, apparently the family hates the Lensman anime so much that that's why it'll never come out in the United States. At least that's what I read.
Really?
Yeah, Doc Doc Smith's family or something.
No, that's a shame. I've got a few more clips here of other shows that they premiered. Now, this one that I'm going to show is another one from the 80s that I meant to talk about. It's one of my favorites because it's one of them that I recorded and watched the crap out of. But I don't think it gets near the love that it should, and that was Gall Force. Have you heard of that one?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. This was the promo that they had for the premiere of this one.
Next.
Set course for chaos.
The skies have become a battleground. Begin the operation.
Our ancient enemies, the paranoids, are determined to rob us of our new homeland.
There's no telling what they do to stop us.
The only hope for survival lies with the brave.
Take your best shot.
And there's no time to be polite.
Would you just chill out? Our ship's gone. Enemy fighters approaching at high speed.
We will have our new world. It's payback time.
Gall Force Eternal Story. Next on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, it's I don't think it gets near the love that it should. You know,
so were they were they fighting monsters in space, or were they or those were their mechs and they were fighting monsters in space? From what I saw,
kinda. The way it's set up is you have two. More or less, it's a battle of the sexes. There's the paranoids and the achronoids, if I remember correctly. The female race is one of them. They're all females. No idea how they procreate. None of that is spelled out. The other race does have the ability to extract themselves from their main body and put themselves into a larger mech type thing. And they both are on a path of mutual destruction, and they both create a weapon of mass destruction called the System Destroyer, which is exactly as it says. It wipes out a whole entire planetary system. They can never stop fighting, but somewhere along the line, some of their people are like, wait a minute, if we're going to have peace, we've got to create basically a third species. And that's what this movie eventually falls into. And the planet that they're going to create their new world, their new home, this new place, is actually Terra, the third planet, and the moon, our moon. There's 3 movies to it, 3 OVA movies to it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It is available on YouTube, and as I said, it's one of my favorites from that time frame. You can definitely tell its age, but yeah, it's a good one. I liked it. And Brightest Day says he vaguely remembers it. And hello to Snacks and Comics. Good to have you here today. And let's see, G-Force, aka Gotcha Man. I'm not sure if it was on the Sci-Fi Channel, but it was a good series. I didn't see that on the list of them showing it, but yes, it is a good series. And
yeah, Gotcha Man's great.
Looney Tunes Fan 2000 says hello, and hello to you, and welcome to you. Thank you for being here today.
What's up?
Yeah, and let's see here. There's a few more little clips that I have to show before we take off for today, and then I got to get myself back to work before I get myself in trouble. But the next premiere that they had is for another little show called Demon City Shinjuku. So check this out.
Next.
No one can withstand the demon world.
A city is brought to ruin by a master of demons.
Pain is the greatest power of all. The demon world has given me its blessing.
An unlikely duo find themselves at the center of a storm.
We've both got to stop him, or else our whole civilization will crumble to dust.
Now, who will conquer?
All the power of my father is mine.
And who will survive?
Watch as your precious world is reduced to ruin and chaos.
First, you need to get past me.
Demon City Shinjuku. Next.
Are you prepared?
Oh, I gotta see this. I gotta see this.
You never seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, okay. Definitely see it. And when we come back around to, let's say, I'm gonna save that one for October, because October is going to be, of course, horror month. And for Snowdub, not the horrors that you go get at the titty twister, but actual horror.
I'm trying to think what's good. I mean, there's Helsing, obviously. There's Vampire Hunter D. I'm trying to think what else is a good horror for anime.
Oh, you had to ask right now, and my mind is drawing a blank. Death Note.
I consider that more of a thriller, more like a Hitchcock type of thriller, almost.
Yeah, but I'll toss it in. I'll toss it into that subgenre or the overall mix of it. You know,
Yeah.
when it comes time, when we get closer to it, we'll go through and we'll comprise a nice massive list on what shows fit for the theme of October. And Looney Tunes fan says that he is now at 448 subs. Congratulations to you and good job. And let's see. The other one that I was wanting to talk about was Tekken Blade or Tekkenoma.
Technoman.
Technoman.
Yeah.
Not 100% familiar with that one off the top of the mind.
It's a really cool. It's another cool one. The only issue I had with Tekken Blade was that there were like 5 or 6 recap episodes in its running when I watched it and stuff. So.
Oh yes.
But it's great. It's a very awesome, very stylistic series.
And Steven Ransom says, gore anime, so metal. Yes, it goes hand in hand. And for October, Devilman.
Oh,
yeah.
Devilman, the 80s one. Holy crap.
Yep.
I did see that on YouTube, and I couldn't stop watching it. It made me think of Berserk. Just like the level of violence and the stuff that you see, the demon boobs, titties, and stuff,
And Dennis McCullough says, I did see Demon City Shinjuku. I didn't really like it. Not all of these are for everybody. And as far as will I be in again on Saturday? Yes. Saturday is when I do my show consistently. I try to do pre-recorded shows for the weekdays, but because of how things worked out and for this specific subject matter, I thought I'd go live with this as a special one-off for the week. And Wicked City is a good horror detective anime. Yes, it is, and it's one that they didn't show, and it's probably a good thing because I don't think they could have gotten away with it. And yeah, you can't have the 90s without Ghost in the Shell. That is so very true. So very true.
I mean, that movie was just so iconic.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
Where do you think a lot of the ideas for the Matrix came from? Came from Ghost in the Shell.
Yep, that it did. Came from Shiro Masamune. That's very true. There are 2 other shows that they premiered. One is a 90s one, and another one is an 80s. This one is a little show called Venus Wars, and here's the promo for it.
Next,
They're invading.
an intrepid reporter finds the story of her life.
Oh man, I'll make every front page on Earth!
Our great dream of uniting the nations of Venus under one flag was achieved.
But there's more to this story than meets the eye.
Our government is now officially surrendered.
You act as if you actually welcome them. It simply doesn't make sense.
And the only ones who got richer were the politicians.
Enter the Mono Bikers.
Say the most skillful riders I've got.
Can this unholy alliance work?
A reporter in league with terrorists is a dangerous enemy.
Venus Wars, next on the Sci-Fi Chat.
You'll regret attacking me.
I have to say the dubbing is terrible.
It makes me think of like take the political aspects of Gundam and mix them with like the biker gang aspects of Akira, and that's what I was thinking when I saw that.
Yes. And Venus Wars was awesome. Unibikers. And yes, Dennis, we'll see you Saturday. I'll be here at my normal time. And yep, Venus Wars. Venus Wars. And he thinks he saw it. And the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Yes, they are fun. Who doesn't love the Coyote?
Me.
And yes, 80s and 90s anime loved motorcycles. That is
because they were
true.
cool.
They definitely did. So that's I've got one more here. This one is from a show called Eyes on Mars, and this is one that I don't remember and I don't remember seeing. But here's the little 15-second clip that they had for it that I found.
Psychic-powered school children are humanity's last hope when the Sci-Fi Channel's 4th Annual Festival of Anime continues with Eyes of Mars. Tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, Sci-Fi Thursday. Welcome.
All right, so yeah, those are all the ones that I found that I thought I'd show off in that, and such a fun time. I love the Sci-Fi Channel, or at least I love how it used to be, and I'm glad that people have taken the time to preserve these things. And Brightest Day also says Berserk, Serial Experiment Lane. Yes, those are two excellent shows, and specifically Lane, the OVA from the 90s. And you just can't go wrong with Berserk.
Oh, especially the first series, the 1997 series, which was more or less the most faithful adaptation of the manga. The only thing that I wish would have been different about the original anime was if they included the rest of the Black Swordsman arc, and not just that, not just the first episode, the first chapter, and stuff. So, but that's just a nitpick, because what we see in that series is just amazing, and the 2016 and 2017 shows that came out after are just horrendous. I would not recommend that to my worst enemy.
Yeah, I've never seen the other ones. I have seen most of the 97 one, and I do like it a lot. And yes, Lane is prophetic. I didn't think so at the time, but definitely is now. What does the I stand for? I have no idea, and just doing a quick search, it's not telling me. So
I heard you have to be like very particular state of mind or something to watch Serial Experiments Lane. Like there's nothing comedic. It's very dark and out there.
It definitely is. It's definitely out there. But those are pretty much all the clips and that I have for this. So looking back on it, I said there's other shows that I wanted to get clips for. I just couldn't find them. They showed Macross Plus, Green Legend ran, Fatal Fury, and a few others here and there that I just didn't have the time to snag. So
yeah, if you like Bebop, if you like Watanabe-san, or if you like Yoko Kanno's music and stuff, you'll like Macross Plus then.
Absolutely. And hello to Pops. Good to have you here. Yes, love all the recommendation in the mornings. Thank you. I appreciate it greatly. Pretty much all of these that were shown on Sci-Fi Channel, I like them all. Are they all perfect? No. Are they all holding up as well as they could? No. But at the very least, if for no other reason, they're all worth a watch to see where things were at the time versus where things are now. So definitely, if you have a second, do a quick search on it. Take a look at the shows that were on there, and you might find something that you really, really like.
Do you have the list? Do you have the list of all the shows you covered? I need to watch all the ones I haven't seen now.
Let me do this real quick. I will link in the description the Anime News Network page that has a listing of all the movies. I'll add that into here so you can go and check it out. 1 second.
So Bryce Dave mentions Jinro. I first was aware of Jinro watching the Escaflowne the movie DVD, because it was one of the trailers that they had on the DVD. So that's how I found out about it. And then I watched and I was like, holy crap, this movie's like crazy.
Yes.
Just imagine hearing every time I hear the tale of Little Red Riding Hood now, I think of that movie.
Absolutely. Well, I've got it linked in there, so if you would like to look at the list of all the shows that, according at least to Anime News Network, that they showed throughout the run, you can check it out. And as I said, most everything on there is good to great, great to excellent, excellent to godlike. So, and yeah, Venus Wars is new to you. It's one that I've heard of and seen bits and pieces here and there, but have not watched all the way through. So definitely check that one out. You might enjoy it. And before we get out of here, Nerdporial, what have you got going on, and how close are you to getting over that magical threshold?
Well, I just checked. I'm at 3,887 public watch hours. So I don't know if YouTube just didn't update it from yesterday, because I think that's exactly what I had yesterday. But yeah, I'm about 113 hours away from being eligible for monetization and stuff. So I'm getting that close. So yeah, I mean, so like up this week, I mean Thursday, I'm going to be resuming my sci-fi chat. I'm going to be having Loki and Baron Norman Tag and Keith from Pop Culture Archivist, I believe, and we're going to be talking about Forbidden Planet.
Ooh.
Which is basically, if you like Star Trek, this is pre-Star Trek in my opinion. It's one of the first reviews I did on this on my channel and stuff. So
I do remember seeing it, and it is a great review. Everybody, if you haven't checked out the Nerdporial Lifeform, definitely search for his channel and give his stuff a watch. The Admiral puts in a ton of time and production value into his work, and the reviews that he has done are well worth your time. Let's help this man out. Let's get him over that threshold. And I want to say congrats to Brightest Day on getting over your threshold.
Congrats.
And, yes, it will be good. And yes, Robbie the Robot.
What's funny is I didn't see Forbidden Planet until like recently, and because I pay attention to a certain author who will never finish his book, and he said, "Oh, Forbidden Planet's my favorite movie of all time," and he literally owns Robbie the Robot and stuff. So instead of writing the book, he goes and buys Robbie the Robot. So I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and he shall not be named because he is, he's special that way.
Mm-hmm.
With that, I think it's time for me to get out of here. I do have to get back to work. I appreciate everyone being here today for this special edition. If you would please like, share. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you haven't checked out the Nerdporial Lifeform, please subscribe to his channel, and please also be sure to leave a comment. If there's something else that you'd like me to see or to do, positive comments, negative comments, any of those things, I appreciate it all. And I'm going to leave us today with, which clip? I think I'm going to do a classic. This one is called Integra.
I'ma go eat that health thing, bitch!
I got your arm!
So shove it up your ass!
Well, that's not fair at all.
I'm sorry. We don't give a fuck.